This is it, this is it. This is life, the one you get. So go and have a ball. This is it.
Hi there, YouTube. I'm Craig here again with Bill and Antonio, and we are the Social Vultures. And Bill, we've got a special 3, 2. Hi there, YouTube. I'm Craig here again with Bill and Antonio, and we are the Social Vultures. Antonio, why don't you take it off from the top?
Well, Craig, we've been here many nights, filming the show, topic after topic, recast after recast.
That's not a lie.
But you know what? Being the comic book nerds we claim to be, we've talked about the Avengers, this superhero thing, that. We've never said, hey, let's make a movie about Canada's greatest superhero team.
Alpha Flight?
Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight, yes.
Now, if they made an Alpha Flight movie, who are we going to put in this? But we're going to be making John Byrne's Alpha Flight. Well,
first off, you know what? It's funny because me and you have talked about this before, or you and I, sorry. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, we've talked about Alpha Flight and how it really is deserving
of a movie.
I honestly don't think a movie would be the way to go. Maybe a Netflix series or maybe something license it out to CTV or CBC. To have a Canadian production team do it. I would love to see Alpha Flight. I would love to see it, and I think it would fit quite easily into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, you keep Vindicator or Guardian, or you have Heather Hudson as playing that part.
I'd have Heather Hudson in there as Guardian. I've actually written a bit of a small script on it, and I've got Heather Hudson as the leader doing the Guardian thing.
And keep Sasquatch, Shaman, the twins, Aurora, and North Star, and Marina, and Puck.
Keep Puck in there.
But I can't remember the name of the one of the Snowbird, Snowbird.
Snowbird. Yeah.
That could be, that'd be a great Netflix series.
Yeah.
You could tie it in. And if you go one step further, you make it into a cinematic movie. You could go back and say you could bring the X-Men in and have Department H. Where Wolverine originally came from, if they worked that into the storyline.
Well, again, I mean, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they, by law, by the way that the contracts are, they can't use mutants. This is why. Really? This is why in Avengers 2 and Age of Ultron.
Well, let Fox do it. Fox got the right to the X-Men.
That's the thing, but Fox. That's the thing. Fox has the right to the X-Men. It's not a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, but I'm saying
they're like, we basically have the license for all the mutants, right? The reason why the MCU, why Marvel and Disney were able to get Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch is because they said, well, they're not mutants.
No, they're really not.
Their powers came from Loki's staff and whatnot from the Mind Gem, and that was kind of a loophole that they exploited. I would like to see Alpha Flight as part of the MCU, though, and I think it's doable. Honestly, I couldn't even begin to tell you what the cast would look like. But
it'd be great, to see that, because if any team's deserving, you got to have Alpha Flight in there. That's been around. Some great X-Men stories are written around that when they came after Logan.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going back with you guys. There's been what if stories done with Logan and Alpha Flight, when he kills the Hulk and he runs, Hudson's like, you can't. There's just so many iconic moments.
Yeah.
No one remembers these moments, because, it's Alpha Flight.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, because it was focusing on a Canadian team, it never really had a lot of American readership. I'm not saying that the Yanks didn't appreciate, a good Alpha Flight story from time to time, but it was a comic series that never really sold a lot, and they never really moved a lot of units of it. But it is what it is.
Well, you go into the MCU, the Hulk's been in Canada a few times.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I got to first met Wolverine, he could have, look, Alpha Flight's going after the Hulk because the Hulk's in Canada.
The way that I would see a movie or a series go down, and I understand that Bill is kind of... Sorry if you're falling apart or falling asleep here.
Bill loves this.
I'm just listening.
Not really knowing the characters. But
I'm with you people. I'm just listening and enjoying.
But I mean, because you're twisting my arm and having me ask this or answer the question, the way that I would set it up would be that Department H is created as a response to the Battle of New York, which we saw in...
Yeah, because now Canada, say, this happened in the States, it's close to home. What happens in Canada?
Yeah, and the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is shaping up is that people with powers are cropping up now all over the globe.
Yeah, everyone's starting to appear with powers.
Exactly. We've got aliens invading, we have Asgardians and creatures from other dimensions now showing up on Earth.
Yeah, and Shaman would work too. If magic exists, hey... that's where and his daughter Talisman,
Yep.
all those guys. So yeah, that's perfect. I like
Yep.
that. As they set up Department H as a response, like you said, to the Battle of New York.
I almost want to feel like think of it as a Canadian version of Agents of Shield, but with more of the superpowers.
Yeah, and who else? And I'm sure there's other stories that I don't even know about about Department H that's come out. Not just Alpha Flight.
And actually, by the way, the name of the series could be just Department H.
One episode you have this guy go out, and like you said, you can have Heather Hudson as Guardian, and you keep James Hudson as a director of Department H.
Yep.
I think originally he was a director, or he was a higher up before he created the Vindicator suit.
Yeah.
And have her going out, and he got Puck and Sasquatch, and he's a scientist.
Yep.
Where he has interactions with Dr. Banner. Who knows?
Yep.
The possibilities are there.
Yeah. I just, unfortunately, just off the top of my head, I can't really think about a cast. I mean, who would we have in there? And to be honest, there's a lot of great Canadian actors and actresses that we could draw from. But unfortunately, I just
just the premise. The premise is there, like you said. I think your premise is great. Like as a response, because if bad stuff.
If you want a Canadian and you have any sort of a commander figure, then get Hugh Dillon.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I could see him
as James
Hudson.
As James Hudson, yeah.
James Hudson direct. Yeah, that's perfect. This time, you guys got to go here, you got to go there. And again, if it's happening there, well, that's what happens here.
Yeah.
It can happen anywhere in the world because Agents of Shield go everywhere.
Yeah.
Chasing down new threats, they're finding new heroes or whatever, people with powers. They're finding there, so who says they're not cropping up over here?
Well, yeah.
Coming to hide in Canada.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, we've already seen the Avengers fight in Africa.
Yes.
In Sokovia,
yes.
in Eastern Europe. There's been stories that are part of the MCU that have now taken place around the world. The Incredible Hulk, the first half of the Incredible Hulk was in Brazil.
Yeah, at the end of the Hulk was in British Columbia. At the end of the Hulk when he was meditating.
Absolutely.
So,
So, I mean, we know that the geographical scope of the MCU is now worldwide. So why not? Let's bring it to Canada. And if there's going to be one project, I'm really glad that you brought this up. If there's one project that I would like to see really make it, would be a Canadian production of Alpha Flight.
Yeah, or Department H.
Or Department H.
And it's kind of, then maybe at one point they have to all come together.
Yeah.
And have it, hey, this guy doesn't know that guy, or you got the twins, or the phone, you got to come together and do that. But folks, there you have it, Alpha Flight, Department H, whatever you want to call it. We think it would be a great idea for another, notch in the Marvel Universe there, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and why not? They got people who knows what superpowered beings are hiding in Canada right now.
Absolutely.
So for James Hudson,
nice,
Shaman, and Sasquatch, we are the Social Vultures. We'll see you next time.
Doing what you do. Hold on tight, we'll muddle through one day at a time, one day at a time. So up on